Hello and welcome to my video on Python programming. In this video we'll learn about the basics used in Python. So let us just start by importing some libraries in Python. So we will import the sys library and then we'll check the version which I'm using in Python. So you can see that I'm using 2.7.13 and it contains basically all the features which are used in Python. Now let us just check the platform used in this machine. So okay, it's giving some error. Platform machine. Okay, so first we have to import, first let us do it over here. First we have to import the platform library and then only we can run this command, print platform dot machine. So you can see that the platform which is used in this machine has been displayed. Now let us just run a simple code of hello world. We are saying hello world and then we are saying this is Ankita. So the way you can run is either you select the whole thing and click the run button, or you just press shift enter. So I've used shift enter and you can see that the output has been displayed. Okay. Similarly, you can just add some codes over here and you can get the output in the window. Okay. Now suppose you say var is equal to 13 and str1 is equal to Ankita. And oops. Okay. So, and then you say var is equal to 13l and f1 is equal to 3.4.3. Okay. Now, suppose you want to see the types of this, the type of data types for these variables. So you will say type var and then you would say print type str1 and then you will say print type lvar, then you will say print type f1. So when you enter, you can see that the types of these data values have been displayed. So first one is int, second one is string, third is long, fourth is float. Okay, so in this way you can find out the types used in the data types for the variable values. Okay. Now suppose we'll say type lvar plus var. Now when you run this, just copy from here, print it over here. Okay, so as you can see that when you are concatenating the types of lvar, which is long, and var, which is int, you can see that the concatenated string or the concatenated value will have the long data type. Okay, so now let us perform some integer division. Okay, so suppose we just divide 5 by 2 and you can see that the output is 2 because in this we did not get the decimals, the values after the decimal, because it was an integer definition as both the values are integer. Okay. Now if we want to display the integer values as well, we'll do an implicit typecasting. Okay, so this thing is called as implicit typecasting. Okay, in which you are changing the values of these integer variables to the float values. Okay, now suppose you'll say first is equal to hello, and then say second is equal to world. Sorry. Now you'll say print first plus second. Here you can see that both the strings have been concatenated by using the plus symbol. Okay, so two character strings can be concatenated in this way. Now suppose we say this. So in this, the data type is null data type. And suppose we have to check whether it is null or not, we'll do numx is none. And then we run this. So you can see that the output is true. That numx is none. So it is showing that the value is true because it is actually none. The value of numx is actually none. So in this way you can find out whether the variable is having null data type or not. Okay, and the output is boolean type. Okay, now suppose you say 142 or something like this, and then you say print f1. Okay, now you say print int of f1, then you say print str of f1. Okay, now suppose you run this. Oh, 2 decimals. Now suppose you run this. Okay, so in the first case you can see that the whole value is printed. Int, only the integer value is printed, not the values after decimal. In str, whole value is printed. Okay, now when you do print f1 plus, this is str. Okay, it will result in an error because initially f1 is a float type or a float type, and you are adding it to the integer and you are adding it to a character string. So there is a misplacement, or the type of the data types do not match, so it cannot be concatenated. Okay, so for that you have to first convert that value into string and then concatenate it with the given string. Okay, now there is a term called tuple. Okay, so what is this tuple? It is a one-dimensional array, or you can say it is one-dimensional. It is immutable, that means the values cannot be changed. It has an order sequence and it contains mixed data types. Okay, so suppose we want to do, suppose there is a tuple called first tuple. Okay, now in this one you can see that there are mixed values. So I'll say it is first is 12, then is something called sock, then is 45.6, then is new, then is, you can say 3,2, then you can say test. So in this case you can see that this tuple value contains another tuple which is this 3,2. So a single tuple can contain multiple tuples in this. Now if you want to see the values of first to 4 elements, you will just say first tuple and then click enter. Okay. So here you can see that the values from 1 to 4 has been printed. So 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is this, and 4 is this. So in this case, what's interesting is when you do 1:4, it will take the values from 1 to 3. It will not include the fourth value because it is, when we run this code in Python, it just takes the value from the first initial dimension which you mentioned till the n-1 dimension which you mentioned. Okay, so in this case it's 1 to 4, so it's taking the value from first element to the third, and the first element in a tuple is the 0th. The key is the 0th element. So the 0th element is this, first is this, second is this, third, fourth, and fifth. So you can see that the fourth is not printed because it is taking from 1 to n-1. Okay, so it's 4 minus 1, which is 3. Okay, so now suppose you want to get the values from the first element to the first last element. Okay, so in this case you can see that the first last element is this. So when you enter this, you can see that it is taking this value as well because it is the first element from the last. This is the 0th element. Okay, from the last. Now, as I have told that the tuple is immutable, so if you want to change the values of the 0th element, you can see that there is an error because you cannot change the values of a tuple. But there is an interesting thing. If you want to change the value of a tuple inside a tuple, you can do that. So in this you can see that the fourth element is a tuple. So you say that first tuple 4 is equal to 5, 6, and then you enter. Okay, so it should have changed. Does not support okay. Let me just try it once again. This. There is some library which we have to import. Tuple object does not support item assignment. Okay. First tuple is this. Just see the third one if it's changing to value. Alright. Okay, I'll get back to you on this in my next video. Because it should change ideally a value inside a tuple. We can change. So there is some error. I think we have to import some libraries, or there is something which I cannot figure it right now. So I'll be back with my next video shortly. And I hope you liked this video and it was useful. So till then, bye bye.